Be up, guys. Welcome to the stream. Apologies. Yeah, I know it's supposed to be at 12, but again, delayed, caught up with stuff. Really apologise once again. And I was obviously going to be doing this. I was trying to do this last week. I think, was it a couple of days ago or the other? Well, maybe even been yesterday. And I think it was yesterday, and I cancelled it. Was doing it, didn't quite work out. I wasn't quite into it. I was sort of shattered, really tired. So, I couldn't really do the stream in the end. Well, I was trying to do it, and I was sort of falling asleep or whatever. So I wasn't up to it really, and couldn't carry on doing that. So I ended up cancelling it and deleting it, that stream. But I'm here today, back today with this, obviously, and but since I've put this one on, this is obviously more about transfers, of course, to do with the beads. There's actually been a couple more added rumours for other players, but I'm going to concentrate on these ones today. Although I might be back later with another one doing those other two. And also the England stream, that's going to be doing that as well. I might have these probably 3 today. With the second one of these, as I say, I'll come back with this one later, probably around 3. I think I'll do that one about 3. And then I'll have to do the England one, I think around sort of 5:30, 6 o'clock, something like that. Obviously about the shit show from the other day against Japan and so forth, talking about, massive debate regarding England. Yeah, that's a whole shit show disaster to go into, of course. But I'm going to get on with this today, and I'll get on to the first one. Because obviously we seem to be linked with so many of these players. I mean, I don't know if we are actually going to go for any of them or put bids in or what. There's been so much talk regarding half of these players, but who knows what's going to happen. Obviously, the summer transfer window won't be till, August? I think it's July, August, something like that. It opens. The summer transfer window, so a long way off yet, of course. But, there's still plenty of rumours happening, still talks and stuff like that. But really at the end of the day, will it only be talks? Will it be rumours? Is it, hearsay? Anyway, I'll just bring this first one up, which is this. Rico Lewis from Man City. We are linked with him, interested. But then so a load of other clubs interested in this guy. Very good player. Plays for England, had played for England, mainly under Southgate and so forth, but under 21s as well. Sort of a jack of all trades in a way position. Like saying on there, he's a right back, but I think also he can play other sort of positions, mainly on the right. I think he can play centrally or left as well. I know he's mainly on the right. But yeah, they say they don't know what his actual total position is. So that could be handy for us, but I think it's going to be about the wages, probably the price to actually buy him as well will be the issue. He'd signed a new deal, apparently, of course, with Man City. Had actually signed a new deal, but it's no longer getting game time. Seems to be down the pecking order, and now wants regular game time. So, if he wants regular game time, he'll definitely get it at Brentford. He'll definitely get it with us. But, does he want to come to Brentford? That's the thing about it. Maybe if we're in Europe, I still keep saying that if we're in Europe, that's what it might boil down to. If we're in Europe, we get a player like this, maybe, coming in. But I'll just bring up the article, guys, anyway, and we'll get into the talking more about it. And here we go. So I'll bring this up now. And yeah, Rico Lewis, Man City, 32 mil. That's what they reckon he will be. Will probably be higher than that, I would think, maybe. Still only 21, as they say, right back, but he plays other roles, of course, as we know, not just right back. Yeah, so Rico Lewis, a 21-year-old English defender, is considering a potential move for Man City this summer to secure regular first-team football. His limited opportunities are a growing concern for his international ambition. Lewis has been capped 13 times for England's under-21 side. And, yeah, I'm sure he played for the senior team. I'm sure he did, maybe friendlies or something. But I know he played in Southgate's team, maybe in qualifiers as well. In the current Premier League season, he has made 10 appearances. According to Team Talk, several Premier League clubs are monitoring developments, with Brentford, Newcastle United, Sunderland, Everton, Fulham, Crystal Palace and Brighton all listed as interested parties. Despite Lewis signing a new long-term contract last year, sources suggest the club would not block his departure should he decide to seek a move in search of more consistent playing time. His current transfer market value is 32 million. In August 2025, Manchester City's asking price was cited in various reports as being over 40 million. So these are in euros, but that's, yeah, so it could be a lot more. That's the problem. So would that rule us out? Maybe. I don't know. But as I say, if we're in Europe, I think we'll have a more of a bargaining chip to get him in. That's what I feel if we are in Europe. And that's a big if. That's definitely in no way confirmed that we're going to get Europe. So for me, I'm not so sure. Guys. It's going to be a tough one because so many other teams are interested. So we really got to wait and see on this one. I'm not totally convinced we will get him. I'd love it if we do, because I just think he's another very good player. When you play for Man City, you're always going to be a really good player. They try and buy in the best as usual, Man City, and he's one. He's been there a while now. Still, as I say, only 21. But yeah, I mean there are various articles, listing all the teams that are after him, and there are plenty. But it is saying Man City are open to Rico Lewis sale this summer. Yeah, open to Rico Lewis sale this summer apparently. So Man City may entertain offers to 21-year-old English international Rico Lewis in the summer transfer window amid his links with Everton, Fulham and Newcastle United. And us, of course, we are also interested. And, so I haven't put us there. but we are now interested by the looks of it. So this was earlier, I think. No, it's not. No, it's not actually. It's only today. This article, April the 2nd. Yeah, it doesn't mention us at all. Yeah, so it's this one. It doesn't mention us, but allegedly we are interested in him. So that'd be interesting to see what happens with that. But this is obviously what it's saying here. According to a report by Team Talk, Everton, Fulham and Newcastle United are interested in Man City defender Rico Lewis. The three Premier League clubs are keen on reinforcing their defensive units by signing a right back in the coming months. The latest report has brought good news for them, as Manchester City may cash in on the 21-year-old homegrown player this summer. Yes, we're definitely not mentioned here in this one, but it seems like we are interested. But with all these others, Everton, Fulham, Newcastle, have we got any chance? But as I say, it's going to be down to a certain, things that will contribute and say, whether he will want to join us. We've got to send in our team. Of course, we're not one of the major teams in football. Still a smallish club, even in the Premier. We're still a small club, really. I know other people will argue against that we are a big club now in the Premier. But yeah, it's a tough sell at times from us to get these bigger players in, I think. So Rico Lewis in his career so far. Rico Lewis has endured a topsy-turvy ride since breaking into the first team squad at Man City. The Englishman spent his formative years with the Premier League giants before making his senior bow at the onset of the 22-23 season. While a 21-year-old has been an undisputed first-choice starter for Man City, he has made considerable progress since then. The English international has appeared over 100 times for Man City thus far, while chipping in with 7 goals and 12 assists. However, Lewis faces an uncertain future at the Etihad, I should say, after struggling for regular game time this season. Meanwhile, Everton, Fulham and Newcastle United are among the prospective suitors vying for his signature. A man in demand, Everton will likely dip into the market for a right back for the upcoming transfer window, as David Moyes, with a new as David Moyes wants a new recognised option for the position. While Jake O'Brien has been decent this term, he is primarily a centre back. Additionally, Seamus Coleman is in the twilight of his career, while Nathan Patterson has struggled for regular game time during his spell with Everton. Meanwhile, Fulham's interest in Rico Lewis is surprising. Marco Silva has 2 right backs in his squad, with Timothy Castagna and Kenny Tete being solid whenever they have been fit and available. While Lewis can be a top-class addition to the squad, Fulham should focus on bolstering other areas of the first team squad, unless they sell a right back this summer. As for Newcastle United, Valentino Livramento's long-term future, he's also called Tino, that's why I was a bit surprised. Tino Livramento's long-term future is uncertain and amid his stalled contract talks. Additionally, Kieran Trippier and Emil Kraft are on the wrong side of 30. With the duo facing an uncertain future at St James Park, so Newcastle United must sign a right back with Lewis, an option worth considering. Interestingly, Livramento is a target for Man City, and the Citizens' bid to sign a right back will spell doom for Lewis. So a move away from the Etihad may be on the cards for the 21-year-old English international. However, it is unclear where the young homegrown defender will land. Yeah, so that's that article, but there are others, and of course there's ones talking about us linked with him. I'll try and get to that if I can. Yeah. Let's get to where does it say? There's quite a few. I think it's this one that's saying about us as well. Man City decide to approve Sal on one condition, as Romano names another star preparing to leave. This was obviously yesterday, 1st of April. According to reports, Man City will approve a shock sale on one condition, while Fabrizio Romano has confirmed another exit. There could be significant changes at Man City in the summer, with head coach Pep Guardiola among those linked with an exit from the Etihad. There has been growing speculation that this season could be Guardiola's last at Man City, while several players are also linked with potential transfers elsewhere. This includes academy product Rico Lewis, slipped in the pecking order under Guardiola and has only made 10 Premier League appearances this season. Therefore, the 21-year-old risks having his development stunted at the Etihad, and a report from our colleagues at Team Talk claims he's weighing up a summer exit. Newcastle United are said to be among 6 Premier League clubs interested in signing Lewis, while it is also noted that the club will sanction his exit if he decides to push for an exit. The report adds a number of Premier League clubs are closely monitoring developments. Newcastle and Sunderland are both keeping a particularly close eye on the situation, while Everton, Fulham, Crystal Palace, Brentford and Brighton, which also mentioned there, of course now Palace and Brighton as well. And of course Sunderland as well. Are also among a strong list of admirers. While Man City remain strong admirers of academy graduate Lewis, sources suggest the club will not stand in his way should he decide to push for an exit in search of regular minutes. It has also emerged that Bernardo Silva, who is due to be out of contract in the summer, is expected to leave Man City this summer, with Romano stating this week that his exit is almost final. That'd be another one we'd love to get, Bernardo Silva. We'd love to get him. I think his quality, he's still a fantastic player, Bernardo Silva, but I can't see us being able to get him. He'll probably go abroad, no doubt. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, that's that regarding Rico Lewis. That's interesting, but I don't know, guys. I mean, there's so many other teams interested in him. I don't know really with this one. So we could be well down the list, the pecking order for coming in for him. I mean, we got interested in him, but is it serious? Are we serious? I mean, don't forget, we've got 2 right backs at the moment, Michael Chiodi there. So will he go? Will he leave Brentford. I don't know. There's plenty of teams linked with him, including Arsenal, of course, with Michael Coyote. And then we also got Aaron Hickey as a right back. So we have got options there. I know Rico Lewis can play elsewhere as well. He can play on the right wing, I think. Right at midfield, mainly. I think he can play left as well. As I say, maybe, I don't know if he can play centrally, maybe right or left. So, yeah. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know. This is one that probably won't happen. I'm not totally confident with this one. Not really. But you never know. You never know. We'll wait and see in the summer. We'll wait and see. But let's move on to the next one. And just bring this up. And it's for this guy, Christian Kofane. Another young player, Cameroonian. It'd be interesting to see if we can get him in. Another very highly rated, talented young player. He's at Bayer Leverkusen at the moment. And here it is, yeah, he's at Bayer Leverkusen, just 19. Another young player. Striker. So that's another good one. We can get another striker in. 65 mil, it's saying there. That seems a hell of a lot. I don't know if we'd be paying that. But this is what it's saying. Eric Di Polo, the agent for Christian Kofane, confirmed that Brentford is one of several clubs monitoring the 19-year-old Cameroonian by a Leverkusen striker for a potential transfer at the end of the season. Di Polo also identified Chelsea, Newcastle United, Everton, Barcelona, and Bayern Munich as interested clubs. And he believes Arsenal is the leading contender. Well, there we go. There's also reported that Real Madrid is tracking the player, so plenty of teams interested in this guy. Really is. According to Florian Plettenberg, of Sky Sport, Leverkusen is demanding a transfer fee between 60 million and 70 million euros for Kofane, which is a lot. It is a lot, as I say. He's under contract until mid-2029. The Cameroon international has 6 caps and 2 goals for the country. This season, he has made 24 Bundesliga appearances, scoring 5 goals and providing 4 assists. His current market value on transfer market is 40 million euros. Kofane transferred to Leverkusen from Albacete in July 2025 for a reported fee of 5 million euros. By January 2026, it was reported that the club had rejected offers of 45 million euros for him. So, yeah, that's a lot of money. He's going to be a lot of money, this guy, this young man. But if he's worth that, it's going to be more. You've got to pay it, I suppose. As I say, probably 60 odd million or 70. I mean, it's crazy, I know, but would we want to spend that? Would we spend that much? I don't know. I'm not sure. I just don't know. This could be another one that won't happen somehow. Knowing us, will we put that sort of money in for that sort of player? You know what we're like. We want to get young players in gems and develop them, get them in cheap, and then sell them for a bigger, higher price or whatever. Or not always really young players, but players that are sort of yet to be truly fully developed with their abilities, talents. We improve them and then move them on. So, well, this probably is another one. He's obviously 19 and he's obviously got raw ability and whatever. I was reading another thing here. Kofane might make a move to the Premier League. Arsenal mainly interested, saying they want to, but Newcastle obviously after him as well, as are we, I believe. But saying here, agent confirms Everton and Arsenal are interested in £87 million striker. So saying 87 million now, well, that's really is going up, isn't it? I mean, there's no chance for us, is there? 87 million. Come on, Arsenal will certainly have the money for him, that's for sure. Probably even Newcastle, probably, I don't know, maybe Everton, I guess. So, but for sure, I think Arsenal are in for him, then I would say Arsenal had the better chance of getting him. Arteta likes him very much, apparently. It's all they're saying this in the Sun. Arsenal and Chelsea now as well. Also after him. Arsenal joined Real Madrid in transfer race for £52 million striker. Really, are we in this talk? Are we in the talk of getting him? I can't see it. There's no chance. I mean, we ain't gonna cough up that amount. There's just no way. So I really can't see this one happening, guys. I really can't. It looks mainly like Arsenal to me, and a few others that are really serious about buying him. And I think this could be a waste of time for us. There's just no way this is going to happen. So I probably would actually rule this one out already. I think we could rule this one out, as a non-starter. It's a non-starter for us, this one. It's a shame because he's obviously very talented, really great, big talent. As a lot of these African players generally are, they've got some real genuine abilities. He's only 19 and he can be developed even more. So yes, another player I would love to get for Brentford, but I just can't see it. It just ain't going to happen, is it? We're talking major money here, big money, and the Bees aren't going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to cough that up. We're not going to chuck it on the table, throw it on the table, and that's it. So, definitely one we're not getting, guys. Definitely one, I'm afraid. So, let's forget about that one. But anyway, let's move on to the other one, the other player I want to talk about. And hold on a minute, guys. I'm just going to bring it up in a minute. Right. Last one, I'm going to talk about the player. Obviously could be bought, could get him. Will be this one. Jose Manuel Lopez is another one apparently we're interested in. Maybe more of a chance with this one. Maybe more. I think there's a real possibility with this one. You would think. I mean, I've obviously seen an article now talking about him. Mentioning him linked with us and Everton, but if it's just us and Everton, we may have more chance. So, let's wait and see. We could have a chance here with this one. I'll just bring the article up, guys, and check this one out. Palmeiras star Jose Manuel Lopez attracting interest from Everton and Brentford. Experiencing a career peak at Palmeiras, Jose Manuel Lopez has seen his market valuation skyrocket following a series of dominant performances. The 25-year-old striker, so he's still young. Yes, that's young, isn't it? 25 still is young. Not really, really young, like we seem to be going for, early 20s, late teens, probably early 20s maybe. But he's still very young, and that's a decent age, really. 25-year-old striker is not merely a clinical finisher. His aerial dominance and contribution to build up play make him the quintessential modern number 9 profile, perfectly suited for the physical rigours of the Premier League. So, as I say, you mentioned that 25 is ideal. It's sort of a little bit more experienced, still young, still the best to come from, I think as strikers get towards late 20s, early 30s is when they really come to their absolute peak, I would say. So this guy would have at least 4 or 5 more years to go before he's really at his absolute best. But yeah, I think this one could be a good one for us. But anyway, current developments of Premier League interest, Lopez's consistent output in the Brazilian Serie A and the Copa Libertadores has mobilised historic English clubs. Seeking to resolve chronic efficiency in the final third, Everton has identified Lopez as one of their primary targets for the summer transfer window, seeking a physical focal point. Toffee's Everton scouts have reportedly observed the player live on numerous occasions over the last 3 months. With key assets like Igor Thiago appearing on the radar of elite giants, Brentford views Lopez as the ideal successor. The Argentine's expected goals XG metrics and pressing intensity have earned top marks on Brentford's data-driven recruitment committee. Valuation and Palmeiras' firm stance. The negotiations table, the Palmeiras hierarchy significantly strengthened their leverage by extending the player's contract in September 2025, securing his services until December 2029. The club has no intention of sanctioning a cut price departure. Leaked reports suggest the Brazilian side will open negotiations at a baseline of 35 million and will refuse to entertain bids below this threshold. With performance-related add-ons, the total package is expected to reach the 40 to 45 million bracket. Following the substantial windfall from the Hendrick transfer, Palmeiras is in a robust financial position. This fiscal health grants the club the luxury of adopting a valuation met or no deal stance regarding Lopez. Official status versus rumours. As of today, no formal written bid has reached the Palmeiras offices. Club officials continue to deflect speculation insisting their focus remains entirely on current competition. Sources close to Sports Boom indicate that both English clubs have held preliminary discussions regarding personal terms with the players' agency, with the striker reportedly keen on a move to the Premier League. Given Everton's persistent struggles in front of goal, a significant investment in a technical 1.90 metre presence like Lopez is viewed as a vital strategic move. Should Brentford offload their current starting striker, Thiago, for a fee in the 60 mil to 70 million range, I would say more like 100 really for a player like that, getting 19 goals. Second top goal scorer in the Premier behind Harden. He's got to be actually 100 mil, I would say, 90 odd, 100 or more. They would likely meet the 35 million asking price for Lopez without hesitation. Should the Premier League suitors hesitate, the possibility of a move to clubs like Napoli or Atletico Madrid, known for valuing Argentine talent, remains a viable alternative. So there is that, isn't there? No, we can't afford to hesitate. If Thiago definitely does go, we still don't know that for sure. But with big clubs after him circling, they want to buy him. That's big lot of money. As I say, I would want 100 mil for him. We've got to get 100 mil, get the big money, 100 mil or more. And then we got enough money to get other players in, especially if we get Europe. We're going to need a big squad, so we need the money to get the players. I would get a load of dosh for him, get a load of dosh for Thiago. Maybe get this guy in if we're having talks. Obviously, held preliminary talks with his agency, if that is to be believed. We've also had talks with Ponomarenko, with his agents. Apparently, we've held preliminary talks. So we're actually looking at alternatives now with these strikers. We've got this guy here, Lopez, Jose Manuel Lopez, and we got Matej Ponomarenko, who seem to be, at the moment, our real targets for strikers. And if Thiago goes, well, that is it. We got those two. This one, it seems like we'll go up to at least 45 million, possibly for this guy. He could be worth it. He could be worth that. He could be worth 45, but it remains to be seen. So we really have got to wait till we see what happens with Thiago as well. I mean, I'd be inclined to get him in as a backup or as a strike partner for Thiago. That's what I feel. But apparently I thought and I heard that Thiago was happy at Brentford. But then you always hear that. You always hear about players who are happy where they are, and then suddenly they bugger off for a load of money to a bigger club or whatever. So I'm not entirely sure. He says all this, that he's happy with the Bees, he's happy with what they've done, with faith in him and helping him get through that time when he was bad injury, was out for the whole season. That was horrible for him, of course. And we all felt sorry for him, that he was terrible. And he's come back and got 19 goals, in the sort of full season, one total full season he's had. We're still the rest of the season to go. It's still, 7 matches. He can still he's going to get over 20 odd goals probably. So, if we do decide to keep hold of him, it's good to see we got other, backup. We got other, options. We can go with get this guy in or the other Ponomarenko, whatever. I think we can back that up. And I would actually say I'd rather get rid of Sharda than Thiago. Thiago's got more about him probably than I would say Sharda has. Though he's got great leap, great heading ability, pace. He's got raw talent. Bit lazy, too inconsistent is the problem with Kevin Sharda. So for me, I'd get rid of him and get this guy in, maybe, or Ponomarenko. Probably another defender. Definitely need defenders, centre backs. Real issue with Collins and Vandenberg. So forth. Not quite good enough for me. We need some better, proper right backs in. Bobby Thomas and so forth. We could go after from Coventry. So yeah, I feel we have got to get a few players in at least. I'd say 3 or 4 if we can, maybe more if possible. But I just don't know with us. I don't know how serious we are about extending, strengthening our squad, and getting Europe is the main one. If we get into Europe, that is the real thing. Are we really interested in doing that? I hope we are. I really hope we are, guys, because, I feel we have more chance of getting players like these and, in if we get into Europe. So for me, yeah, it's got to be, we've got to get Europe. But I'm not so sure it's going to happen. I really am not sure. It seems like we're trying to not go that extra yard, that extra length to get into, European competition. We don't really want it yet. It's too soon. And if that's the case, well, it's no good then, is it? We just will not be there. We just will not be 7th where we are now. I think we probably will possibly end up at least 9th, 10th or 11th. I have that feeling now that we're not going to, take the extra step. We don't know we're actually ready for it yet. We don't. I mean, I've said all this before anyway. I don't think we are ready for Europe. I really don't. The thing is, if we get it though. And if somehow, if we get that Champions League spot, because you can't rule that out. We're only a point behind Chelsea and Liverpool, I think, or 2 or 3 points behind maybe Liverpool. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure we want it at the moment, guys. We don't seem like we want to take that extra step to get there. And maybe that's right. Maybe that's the right thing, mate. Because I just got a feeling we're not quite ready for it. And if we do get it, we have got to increase this squad. We've got to get players in. We've got to sign more players, and we've got to be serious about it then. But to me, it looks like we're not quite ready for it, and I still don't think that. With Andrews as well, I prefer it not to be yet. Give him this next season, see what his actual credentials are, whether he can carry us further, can do better with us. I don't know. I'm still not sold on him, Keith Andrews, as a manager. Not really. But if he takes us into Europe, maybe, I don't know. Or wins us a trophy. If he gets us a trophy, Carabao Cup, FA Cup. You never know. But I think that's for next season, obviously. But for now, got to wait and see and just go with what we know. Go with it. We got 2 home games, and that's not yet. We got FA Cup this weekend. So following weekend, we're back in league action. Everton and Fulham at home. Both games at home. I'm going to the Fulham one, guys. I've got tickets for the Fulham game. Not the Everton one, but the Fulham one. So looking forward to that. The West End London derby. Yeah, that would be great if we can get revenge. They beat us 3-1, of course, earlier in the season. So, yeah, want to get revenge if we can. Actually stop Harry Wilson scoring against us. That'd be something as well. But yeah, there's I still just don't think we're going to do it, guys. I can't see us getting Europe. It's not going to happen. And I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see with Andrews. I'm not going to back him yet. I keep saying that. I won't back him until I see hard evidence of what he's going to do. Actual proper, a big statement of what he's capable of doing. Especially in games, if he's not going to be, totally defensive, he can change things up at the drop of a hat. He can actually do things differently. I'm still not sure about that. I still don't put him on a par with like Thomas Frank with what he could do, what he could sort of give us. So the jury's still out for me on Keith Andrews. It really is. So anyway, I'll go into my last sort of article I want to talk about, and then I'll say I will be back around at least 3:30, 4 o'clock maybe. With the next one of these, I'm going to do another. You're going to get another one of these later, guys. Another transfer one. Because there's been 2 more links since all this. There's been 2 more other players linked to the bees. So I'll be back at least, I'm thinking of around 3:30, maybe 4 o'clock, with another bees news. And then also I'm doing the England stream as well. Reaction to that shit show again. Another shit show, a Groundhog Day with losing to Japan, 1-0. I want to talk about that, and obviously the squad, what I think is going to happen, what I think it is with Tommy Tickle. It's terrible. It's no chance of winning anything, guys. England, no way. No World Cup for England, that's for sure. And I think we need a change there. I'd rather have Eddie Howe. But unfortunately, they got him on this long-term deal, Tommy Tickle. But anyway, I'm going to go into that later, of course. I'll go on to this last one. That's the international roundup. Thiago reacts to first Brazil goal after Croatia win. So, yes, of course, Igor Thiago scored his first ever Brazil goal. And he's obviously excited and happy. You can see him tell he's well over the moon there. Loving it. Igor Thiago, I'm very happy for him as well. Congrats to the guy. Big lad, big man. Our big number 9 has scored. Igor Thiago scores first Brazil goal to secure late win for Carlo Ancelotti's side against Croatia. Thiago is the greatest, saying it's the greatest achievement of my life. So brilliant. Well done to him. Many congratulations on that. Hopefully that fires in now to get more goals for us. Leading up in this running to the end of the season. I want us to go. Why don't we get a couple of wins at home now, at least? Get us back, get our fans back excited. Being at home where he's really good. Most of last year, we were fantastic at home. We were great. We'd hardly lost. We'd lost to Man City 1-0, and that was it. And then we started losing. We lost to Forest 2-0, and then we lost to also Brighton 2-0 at home, and it hadn't been looking great. So I want us to get our home form back in order. I really do. For the last bit of the season, the finale, the running. Let's get it sorted and win those 2 games. I think it's 6 pointers, and the real chance of us getting into Europe is if we win those 2 games. I think that's what it'll be. We've got to, get ourselves over the line with those wins. And I don't care if people say, you shouldn't, you're not ready, you're not good, you're not ready yet for Europe. And I would say that. But you still got to win games. You still got to get confidence and win the games and finish well to the season. Why not? You can't just use Europe as an excuse to not want to do well. Because you've got to finish well. And if you get into Europe, you get into Europe. And you cross that bridge when you get to it. It's an experience. If you don't do well, it's still an experience. So it gives you, you know, a good thing to want to come back, to want to, you know, that buzz to, you know, yeah, want of a better word, a pun, if you like, a buzz, being a Brentford fan, a Bees fan, a Bees player, a buzz to come back next time and do better in Europe, to get there again, achieve it again, qualify again. If we don't do well in our first season in Europe, if we get there, so what? It's still an experience. We found out what it's like to play in Europe. So why not? Why not? Let's get there. And then let's do as best we can, say we get into European competition, even if it's Champions League. Well, it's still going to be money for us as well, isn't it? At the end of the day. That's big money for the Bees. So, and if it's Europa League or Conference, so what? It's still there. It's still Europe. And we're going to gain some experience playing there. No matter what happens, if we go up badly, lose badly in the games, I mean, it's European competition. We're getting to know it. And then we got our players will want to get back there that we got now. They want to get back to doing it if we go out. We may just keep up some of our players if we get into Europe. We may keep Thiago. The likes of Damsgaard. You know, a lot of our other players, big players, might stay, you know. As I say, I'm not sure about Sharda. I'd like him to go, really, but I don't know. It probably won't happen. We probably won't sell him. Also, you think maybe Coyote, he'd want to stay because we're in Europe. I mean, okay, he could go to Arsenal or whatever. They'll probably be in Europe, but maybe he'd want to stay here and play in Europe. Why not? Why not? So, for me, it's still kind of important. I don't know what they really think, these players, this management and players now, what they really, really want here. But for me, I'd love to get into Europe just to find out what it's about, and then it's a kind of achievement and experience for the Bees. And if we don't do well in it, we don't. But let's try and see if we can get there. Why not? Anyway, so getting back to this, Igor Thiago's first Brazil goal was a decisive last-minute goal against Croatia on Tuesday night, as Carlo Ancelotti's side won 3-1 in their final game before World Cup squads are selected. The Brentford striker stepped up to take a penalty in the 88th minute, with the scores at 1-1, before confidently sending the goalkeeper the wrong way to get off the mark for his country. Danilo's first half strike was cancelled out in the 84th minute by Lovro Maia, I think it's Maia, before Thiago's penalty and Gabriel Martinelli's late finish completed the late turnaround. So all Premier play. Well, Danilo was he a Premier League player? I'm not sure. I think he may have been. So Thiago and Gabriel Martinelli, of course, both Premier League players. Anyway, after the game, Thiago said, "It's the greatest achievement of my life. I thank God. God is faithful. God has already written my story. And this was the day he chose for me to represent my country and score my first goal with the Canarinha." Ancelotti also stated, "The thing that pleases me the most is that the new players have made the most of their opportunities. Clearly, this makes the selection of the final squad more difficult. because Igor Thiago, Leo Pereira, and Danilo played well. Hendrick also played very well. Keiki too, or Keiki too, I believe his name is. So there's the action. Of course, Thiago scoring his penalty. Brilliant. Celebrating. Brilliant. Great celebrations with him there. The other players, Martinelli and everything there. Brilliant. Good stuff. Celebrating with the players on the bench. So, yeah, great stuff from him. Really made up for the guy. Superb. Amazing. But regarding our other players, well, not some had a mixed nights and mixed results. Elsewhere, Mikael Damsgaard and Matthias Jensen were beaten in their World Cup playoff final. Commiserations to them. Not good. Unfortunate for them. As Denmark lost against Czech Republic on penalties. Damsgaard played 115 minutes before being replaced by Jensen, who put his penalty wide in the shootout. Unfortunate from him there. He must have been gutted. But at least they played some minutes. Mikael Damsgaard has a long run out there. Brilliant. Great to see him play a lot of minutes and play, and get fit, stay fit, be ready for our next home game or league game. Jensen as well. Shame for him missing the penalty, but never mind. He's still been good for us. I still rate the guy. So Matthias Jensen. So yeah. So unfortunately, they won't be in the World Cup. Commiserations, but we know they'll be okay for us, and we got them fit, ready for the hopefully fit, ready for the league games. But then they're not till the following weekend, so there's chance for them to stay fit and get. And they've had match minutes, so that's good. I'm glad they've had a lot of football in them. Ethan Pinnock and Jamaica also missed their chance to go to the World Cup, losing in extra time to DR Congo. Pinnock played 120 minutes in the 1-0 defeat. Good to see him playing all that time as well. And he's still hopefully, obviously fit still, to come back and play for us. He'd been very good recently when he came back. So it's good to see it. Great to see that from him. And in friendlies, Nathan Collins and Queven Kelleher both featured for Republic of Ireland against North Macedonia. Collins played 90 minutes while Kelleher substituted on the hour mark as the sides drew 0-0 in Dublin. And of course, they missed out on the World Cup, of course, Republic of Ireland. So we won't see our keeper or defender there, our captain there, unfortunately. But, yeah, it's good to see him playing in that. Ukraine also played on Tuesday night, winning 1-0 against Albania. Yihar Yarmoliuk played 64 minutes, picking up his 9th cap. Well, that's good. Glad for him. Deserves it. I think he's done fairly well for us again this season. Yarmoliuk has played pretty well, so yeah, pleased for him. Getting his 9th cap there, deserves it. Elsewhere, Christopher Ajer started as Norway drew 0-0 with Switzerland. Hakon Valdimarsson started Iceland's 1-1 draw with Haiti. Kevin Schade was an unused sub as Germany beat Ghana 2-1. Jordan Henderson, of course, wasn't in the England squad that lost 1-0 to Japan at Wembley. Yeah, let's be talking about that later. Yeah, not good. But yeah, it's as long as he's fit enough for us, who cares? So I say of all them mixed nights, Schade didn't play, but was on the Germany still won. Christopher Ajer's Norway drew. and so did Hakon Valdimarsson's Iceland. Burkina Faso drew 1-1 with Guinea-Bissau. Of course, Dango Ouattara starting the game, so he got a draw there. While Nigeria drew 2-2 with Jordan, with Frank Onyeka played 81 minutes for the Super Eagles. So at least they've all not lost their games. Obviously, Kevin Schade seems to be the only one who didn't get any game time. As Michael Chiodi has also played 90 minutes as Italy under-21s beat Sweden 4-0. Well, so some success for Italy, but only the under-21s, I'm afraid. The senior squad team didn't get there, did they? Oh dear, what a shame for Italy, eh? Yeah, we feel really sorry. Oh dear, what a shame. What a pity, eh? No, but no, so I'm happy for Chiodi. That's good for him. They won 4-0. Sweden beat Sweden 4-0 in the European Championship qualifying, which leaves them second in their group. So a great chance of qualifying. Made up for the young man. Brilliant. That's good from him. England under-20s were held to a 3-3 draw by Italy as they travelled to Rome for a friendly, with Jayden Makoma playing 78 minutes. Of course, he's still off on loan, I believe. Yeah, still on loan, Jayden Makoma. So, but good for him there to play some minutes. Great stuff. Brilliant. Anyway, guys, I'm going to bounce up, obviously into 1 hour, 2 minutes, but it's been good. It's been decent. I've had a lot to talk about with these players, more interest in these players. Rico Lewis, Jose Manuel, Lopez, and Christian, what's his name? Kofane. Christian Kofane. So it's it's been interesting. I think out of those, probably Lopez more likely. Kofane and Rico Lewis have got too many other teams after them and more serious about buying them. I think they'll probably be too much money for us. Definitely. So I think Jose Manuel Lopez more likely, but we'll wait and see. Follow me on Insta, Mr. B for Life 182. Subscribe to Mr. B Highway Football Chat. Please keep smashing those likes. Subbing if you're new. That's great, guys. And many thanks for the other day for the obviously the watch along on what was it now? Monday or Tuesday? One of them. Monday, sorry. For England and Japan. I've done that watch along, and I think I've got about 270 or 280 odd views. So many thanks to everyone watching that. Thanks for your support. That's brilliant. That's brilliant, amazing. I haven't actually checked. I may have more now views on that. But I knew when I finished I had about 260 odd. So I'm now to about 270 odd. So it's still going up, I think, a bit. So thanks to everyone for that. That's been amazing. Could do with more subs, of course. I'm on 223. Let's get those going up, guys. Let's get me to 250, my next milestone. I'll be back later with another one, as I say, probably around 3-4 o'clock will be the next new, the Bees one. Another one of these, which would be talking about a couple more transfers, more links with couple more players. So I'll be talking about that one. And then obviously the England shit show, which will be probably around 6:30, maybe. Depending, probably 6:30, I'd say. Talking about England and that shit show again. And other things with Tommy Tickle's shit team. But anyway, it's been great, guys. I'm going to bounce. Nobody in the live chat. Bit surprising, but there you go. But never mind. Hopefully everyone's been watching it live or on playback. So thank you if you have. Many thanks. And I'm going to bounce, guys. I'm out of here. Until the next one later. See you all then. Cheers, everyone. Thanks, guys. See ya.